Hello and welcome to the Ron's Personal Fitness YouTube channel. My name is Ron Hill and I've created this YouTube channel to bring you the information that you need to safely and effectively create your own fitness program. Now, the big question is, why should you listen to what I have to say? Well, the truth of the matter is, unlike some people, I was born to be a personal trainer. And by that I mean I was born into a family where my father was an athlete and gym owner. He was a professional wrestler and was, from 1962 to 1980, world's light heavyweight champion. You might remember Ron the Golden Gladiator Hill, or prior to that, Cowboy Ronnie Hill in the Northeast and Texas areas. So when I came along, it wasn't unusual for me to go to the gym with my father, and I kind of grew up in the gym environment. I was technically certified in 1998 as a personal trainer, but my education in being a personal trainer kind of began at the age of 12. You see, at that time, I was allowed to start using weights in my program. Prior to that, everything was body weight, like pull-ups and push-ups and crunches and things along those lines. When I was young, it was believed that if you started weight training much before the age of 12, that you would stunt the person's growth. So it was kind of frowned upon to lift heavy weights at a young age. So with my father's influence and the information that he had gleaned through years of reading magazines on the subject and being in the environment himself, I was able to, with his help, make my own program and work my way up as I got a little bit older. Now, we talk about those magazines, and I like to say that I had a great magazine education when I was younger. You see, my dad kept all those old magazines from Iron Man, Muscle and Fitness, Muscle Builder, as the 90s came around, Muscle Media 2000. We held on to all those magazines because each and every issue, every month, contained a tremendous amount of information. There was information on nutrition, on the proper form of exercise, what exercises to do for each body part. If you were interested in bodybuilding, powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, all that information was right there at your fingertips and presented by experts such as John Perillo, Dr. Fred Hatfield, Dr. Squat as he was known, Vince Gironda, the Iron Guru, and of course all of the different information that Joe Weider would present in his magazines. So as a little kid, it wasn't unusual to see me reading an Iron Man magazine where other kids might be reading an Archie comic book. Now, that's not the only education that I have. After high school, went up to college at a pre-med capacity, and I studied anatomy, physiology, biology, chemistries, pharmacology, and those subjects. So in my working career, I worked for physicians in dermatology and otolaryngology, which is ear, nose, and throat. And I was a surgical assistant and a clinical coordinator in those clinics. So I have a little bit more of a quote-unquote formal background when it comes to how the body works. Along the way, of course, you pick up things and you realize what was normal or correct 20 years ago gets updated, and we find maybe there's a little bit better way to do things. So in order to stay sharp and make sure that I was on top of things, obviously I keep up with the latest news, but I also kept up training people. So despite working in another environment, I would get up early, head to the gym. I'd be there at 5 a.m. I would train a couple of people, change clothes, go to work all day, change clothes, head back to the gym, train one or two people, and then get my workout in, and then head to the house. So that kept my instructional skills pretty sharp all this time. Now, I happen to be in the Bartow, Florida area, which is right in the center of the state, and I worked for other gyms, or worked in other gyms. So the limitations that you find with gym owners that may or may not know anything about how to run a gym, or the constant turnover of selling the gym or having a new owner come in or moving the gym. Heck, we came in one day and the lights were shut off. And we found out later that morning that the gym had gone out of business the night before. They didn't bother to tell anybody. So it was those type of things that in 2010 led me to open my own studio. But I just didn't want to open any old gym. I wanted something a little bit more unique. So I opened a personal training studio. In other words, it's a gym that you come into where you are one-on-one with a personal trainer. You do not have to compete for equipment. You don't have to worry about people looking at you or gawking at you or being distracted in any way. Plus, your program is individualized and very personal to your specific needs. So when I opened my own facility, it became very popular very quickly, and I've been in operation continuously for the last 10 years. As more and more people come to me, and I don't have the opportunity to work with them due to time constraints, I've decided that maybe YouTube will be a good opportunity for people to at least get the information so they can start working on their own. Now you'll notice on my chest and our shirts we have what we call the triangle philosophy of fitness, and that is that strength training, cardiovascular, and nutrition all hold the same level of balance and importance in your fitness routine. If any one of these sides is lacking, we do not have the strong structure that a triangle provides. With a strong base, you can really hold up a lot of weight with a triangle. If you don't have that strong base or one side is weaker than the others, the structure will collapse. And I don't want your fitness routine to collapse, because that's when you don't get the results that you're looking for. Now, if you're in the gym and you're lifting weights, 5 days a week, but you're not doing your cardiovascular training, you're not going to see the results that you're looking for. Consequently, if all you're doing is running or riding a bike or using an elliptical machine, but you're not stimulating the muscles in a strength capacity, you're not going to see the results that you're looking for. You don't want to start off as a big fat person and end up as a little fat person because you don't have the muscle structure to support the metabolism that you're going to need to burn the body fat later. And of course, if your nutrition is out of line, you could work out killing yourself and go home and eat a chocolate cake, and you've undone all of the work that you've done if you're eating to excess or eating the wrong foods that might be interfering with the results that you're hoping to get. So that's where we stand. We try to have a balanced program that is individualized for the person. Not going to be able to do that over YouTube, but we can give you the tips and tricks that you need to kind of figure out the program on your own. I have a series of episodes coming up that will include, in the very next episode, how to formulate your plan. How many days a week are you going to work out? What exercises, body parts, and so on are you going to put into each day's work? Following that will be broken down by body part, each exercise demonstrated with proper form and some of the pitfalls to avoid when performing those exercises, in addition to exactly what muscle group you're stimulating primarily with that exercise. With all this information and all of the episodes that we're going to have here in the future, there's no reason why you couldn't pick and choose exercises and really come up with a very good program for yourself. So that's our goal for you. The best way to keep up with us, though, is to hit that subscribe button down below, because that's going to let you know when our next videos come up, and they're going to be coming up at a regular basis, 2 or 3 a week here initially. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you'll know on the phone or on your computer when that next video has been published. And if you liked what I had to say today, hit the like button. If you like any of the videos, please hit like. That moves us up the rankings so that more people can find us, because we're so brand new. So that's my hope for you, is that you'll be able to come up with your own program, meet your own fitness goals. If you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. I'm going to kind of pick and choose some of those questions for future episodes where we'll do a questions and answer session. All right? So I look forward to seeing you in the next video.